Hey guys, welcome back, and today, I will be ranking the Super Mario Odyssey bosses from easiest to hardest. Now, a couple things I want to get out of the way is that I am playing on regular mode. I'll do the hardest match for each of the bosses, rematches if not, and I will count the amount of deaths. Now, my friend Xavier Shorts, or Xavier397, made the thumbnail for this video. I'll have his YouTube in the description, and I'll pin him if he does comment on the video. Anyways, let's get on to the ranking. Number 13, Spewart. Spewart will spit out a lot of poison. This is very easy to dodge. Hit him with the cap to take his hat off, and then jump on his head. If you don't give him brain trauma, he'll spit out 2 millimeters of poison. This is beyond easy to dodge. After he gets hit, he'll go in his hat and move around, with poison following. This is very easy to dodge, especially if you use the cap to block him approaching you. If you use the cap on him, he bounces back. This is unbelievably easy to dodge. Do this 2 more times, and that's it. That's it. Number 12, Madame Broode. Madame Broode's chain chomp will try to bite Mario. This is very easy to dodge. Just dodge the telegraph and you will be perfectly fine. To damage the boss, throw your cap at the chain chomp 3 times, and then throw it again to control it. Madame Broode will try to get the chain chomp back into her control, but just get away, and then send the chain chomp flying towards her to deal damage. This is very easy to do, as you see here. After she gets hit, she throws her chain chomp. This is very easy to dodge, just stay away, and you'll be fine. After the second time she gets hit, the chain chomp has 5 hats, which means you can't one-cycle it like you could when it had 3 hats, but it's still very easy to just 2-cycle it and then finish up the fight. Overall though, this boss is just pathetic. Number 11, Rango. Rango will throw 2 hats that have spikes on them. These are very easy to dodge. All you need to do is move out of the way, or stop one of the hats with your cap. After that, jump on the cap, and hit Rango in the head. Again, another very easy boss. Number 10, Topper. Topper will start off by having 3 hats on his head. Hit them off his head by using your cap. The hats that fall off are super easy to dodge, since there's 3 of them. This gets harder as he gets more hats, but for right now, don't worry about these. Just jump on his head and give him brain damage. If uninterrupted, or you throw his hats off but not all of them, he will spin with how many of the hats he has on left. This gets harder to dodge throughout the fight, but if you ground pound Topper when he does this, you'll skip the phase. A good way to do this in later phases is to get 2 of his hats off and then ground pound Topper when he does this. After he gets hit, Topper will go into one of its hats and split them all. The hats can be hit with your cap. If you find Topper's real hat, after eliminating all the fake hats, he'll stop using this attack earlier than normal. This should be easy to dodge, but can be trickier when there's more hats on the field. The first time he gets hit, he spawns 10 hats with this attack. The second time, he spawns 17 hats. So in total, assuming you don't do the ground pound strategy I mentioned earlier, you'll have to hit Topper's hats 30 times in order to end the fight. Topper is easy for sure, but he has a lot more than you might think at first, so make sure to have your guard up while you're fighting Topper. Number 9, Torkdrift. Torkdrift has two phases, his vulnerable phase and his invulnerable phase. I'll call them the brick and defense phases just to save time. In order to damage the boss, you must use an uproot as you see here. If you try to use normal Mario, it will not work at all. Torkdrift's brick phase is impossible to get hit in if you know what you're doing. Destroy the blue cores inside the 3 bricks, and you'll be able to damage him. The bricks do get more complex as they go on, and if you let this phase go on for longer, it'll shoot the generators and create lava puddles as it goes. The generators and lava puddles that Torkdrift will activate are pretty easy to dodge. All you have to do is move away from them and watch where they are at all times. I am saying this like you'll actually want to see Torkdrift do these attacks, but someone wants to know, so I may as well say it. To damage Torkdrift and move on to the defensive phase, use the uproot to damage Torkdrift once you flip him over, and then he moves on to his defensive phase. Torkdrift's defensive phase will have Torkdrift fire shockwaves at the generators. It'll start with small ones that will hit all 4 bottom parts of the generators, and these are easy to dodge. After that, it will make higher shockwaves. They take longer to dodge since you have to make the uproot a bit taller, but it's still easy as long as you know what to do. He can also do it oppositely, starting with a bigger and ending with a smaller shockwave. Either way, it will always end with a giant shockwave that will cover everything. It's still pretty easy to dodge regardless, but the pattern's still there no matter what. Torkdrift is one of the more annoying bosses in the game, but it's very, very easy if you know what to do. Number 8, Harriet. Harriet will throw 2 normal blue bombs 2 times. Try to throw them back at her with your cap. After she does this twice, she will throw big purple bombs. If you don't hit the bombs, they will explode and there will be lava puddles in their place. This attack by itself shouldn't be too hard to dodge. The bombs will get stuck in the ground if you let them be, so hit them back, jump on her head, and Harriet will go into her defensive phase. Her defensive phase consists of her flying like a UFO and spotting bombs. This is easy to dodge. You can either wait for her to finish the attack, or hit a bomb that's under her with your cap and end the phase early. After the first time she gets hit, she will throw the normal bombs 3 times instead of twice. This makes it slightly harder to dodge, but nothing too terrible. Overall, it's nothing terrible. Number 7, Mollusque-Lanceur. You will have to use a Gushion throughout the entire fight. There will constantly be rain though, so you don't have to worry about refilling. In the normal variant, just don't worry about this. All you really have to do is just go in the water and you will be perfectly fine. Lanceur will constantly be at 2 different heights, high and low. The low one is the one where you should be attacking, and the higher one is where you should be dodging. So attack him on the lower one, dodge on the higher one. Lanceur will shoot spiked balls. They are very easy to dodge. Lanceur will shoot spikes. They are very easy to dodge. Go to the opposite elevation he's on, or move out of the way. Other than that, it shouldn't be too bad. Just be careful and make sure you know where you're going. To damage Lanceur, you'll have to angle the Gushion's water blast up. This shouldn't be too hard to do, but it can certainly take a bit. You just have to know where you're going, and you have to follow Lanceur as you do this. After Lanceur gets hit, he will spin around while changing heights at a constant rate. He is invincible, so focus on dodging. Other than that, it's really, really easy to dodge. After Lanceur's hit 2 times, he'll use his spike attack more often. He shoots more spikes and at a faster rate. It's still pretty easy, just make sure you're moving no matter what. This fight can be really, really annoying and take forever. Trust me, I would know. but it's nothing terrible by any means whatsoever. Number 6. Robo Brood. The Broodals on the sides and the top of the Robo Brood are basically the HP numbers, so that means that this boss has to be hit 4 times before you can actually defeat it. The Robo Brood will spout out bombs. These are easy enough to dodge, just move away and stay away. Capture a hammer bro to damage one of the legs. If you do this right, the Robo Brood will fall and you can freely attack it. Ground pound one of the Broodals or use the hammer bro's hammers in order to break the things that are guarding the Broodals. After getting hit initially, you'll be flown off and the Robo Brood will stomp in response. Just stay away. It does this every time it gets hit, so you will know how to deal with this very quickly. After getting hit again, the Robo Brood dashes towards Mario. Its legs are invincible during this, so just stay away, and lawn jump if you need to dodge. It does this about 2 to 3 times, so you will know how to dodge this. And after that, the Robo Brood will throw explosive ropes that will home towards the player. These are easy to dodge, you just want to stay away. It can also stop while this attack is active too, so just stay away and you will be perfectly fine. And after that, the fight stays exactly the same. It's this slow due to the fact that the moon gravity will make Mario jump higher. All you need to do is do some cap bounces, well-timed jumps, and you will beat it in no time. The cheese does take a bit to get down, but once you learn it, this boss will be cut in half. The combination of it being one of the easiest bosses in the game once you know the cheese, and one of the hardest if you don't, puts it perfectly in the middle of the list. Number 5. Cookatiel. You will have to be in a lava bubble during the entire fight, and there will be bits of food around the arena. If you destroy enough of them, or certain ones, you will get a heart, which will restore 1 HP. This is an absolute lifeline in the fight, but you can perfectly go the entire fight without these hearts. Just, they're there if you need the extra help. Cookatiel will shoot 2 spiked balls. These are easy enough to dodge, just make sure you're moving away, and that's all you really need to do. After Cookatiel's hit twice, so you hit it once and then you hit it again, it will fire 3 spiked balls at a time. This is actually a lot hard to dodge, but it's not that big of a problem if you know where to go. After enough time, Cookatiel will vomit out, I don't wanna know, while shooting spiked balls every now and then. Get the Cookatiel's head, and you'll damage it. After it's hit once, the pink stuff will become more curvy, but it's still generally easy to get to its head. Just make sure you know where to go, and you will damage Cookatiel like it's nothing. After Cookatiel's hit 2 times, when it vomits the pink stuff, it will fire out in bursts, either being big bursts, small bursts, or 3 really small bursts. It's still pretty easy to get to, just jump at the right time, and make sure you know what burst is coming up, since they don't really come in a pattern, but they don't come randomly either. This boss is different, and it's the first one to escape the easy tier, but it's not that challenging at all. It's still pretty easy. Number 4. Dual Mechawiggler. You need to capture germs or the tanks in order to damage Dual Mechawiggler in the first place. Capture one ASAP. Their shots can be annoying but are easy to dodge. You need these, so capture one ASAP. Both of the Mechawigglers will show up on 2 different parts of the arena. They will track you, try to damage you, and their lines will intersect with each other. Dodge this by waiting until the tracking ends, and you should be fine, so wait until the tracking ends, and then just bolt for whatever safe area you can find. This is pretty easy to dodge, but it can take a bit of skill to do, and you're gonna have to know where everything is. After you dodge this enough times, the Mechawiggler will go to the walls. Once it finds a spot to stay on, 2 fireballs will follow. If you don't destroy them in time, the fireballs will split into 3. 6 in total if you let both fireballs do their thing. Make sure you shoot the fireballs before they become super annoying. Trust me, this will save you a couple times. There will be blue spots all over the Mechawigglers. Damage their blue spots until all of them are gone, and you're free to damage it, and then it moves on to the next phase. After the Mechawigglers repeat their tracking attack, they will find a wall and send anywhere from 4 to 6 fireballs based on what I've found. Destroy them before they become a big problem. The Mechawiggler spots will turn purple, and you will have less time to destroy all of them in one go. But if it attacks again, it saves how many you've destroyed, so you don't have to destroy all the purple spots in one cycle as you see here. When the Mechawigglers, the ones that are gold are the ones that are left to destroy, and then the ones that are grayer are the ones that have already been destroyed. It's a bit hard to see, but I'm pretty sure you can see it right there. The fact that this boss only takes 2 real hits to defeat it is why it's a lot lower. If it took 3 real hits to defeat, and considering how big of a spike the first phase to second phase was, it would be a serious contender for number 1 on this list. Number 3, Kuncklotec. There will be icicles all over the field. When Kuncklotec punches, which is really easy to dodge, bait the fist into the icicles and then capture it to do damage. Chinchos will spawn, making it a bit more annoying, but it's nothing too crazy, just get it down. After you capture it, Kuncklotec will try to throw ice to try to stop you. Get the timing down and you'll be fine. The first time you capture the fist, the hand on the other side will stay on the other side, so all you have to do is just maneuver around it, and you don't have to worry about it in the slightest. The second time you do this, the hand will stay on the other side, but it will go more towards the middle, so you will have to adapt to that and maneuver around more. But as long as you get the timing down, you will be perfectly fine. The final time you do this, the hand will go from the left to right side, so your timing has to be even better. But it's still practically easy, just make sure you know what you're doing. Every time Kuncklotec gets hit, after the fact, he will send his fists at Mario. These are easy to dodge as long as you stay moving. Chinchos will spawn as well. If you dodge the fist, you dodge the Chinchos, so dodge the fist, dodge the Chinchos. And after that, Kuncklotec will slam his hands to the ground, causing ice spikes to spawn. These aren't too easy to dodge, but you should be able to stay out of their way fine enough. Just watch out for the Chinchos, they are annoying, and I mean annoying during this attack. After the second time he gets hit, he'll try to crush you with his palms. Long jump out of the way before he claps them. This can be super annoying, but it's also pretty easy if you know what to do. Kuncklotec is nowhere near as hard as I see people make him out to be. Then Chinchos are pretty annoying, yes, but still, it's not crazy by any means. But it's by far the most annoying boss on this list. That doesn't mean it's hard, it's not that bad, but it's the most annoying on this list by far. Number 2, the Ruined Dragon. There is ice all over the arena, which makes moving slightly harder, but not by much. There are also 4 spots you can ground pound to get a heart, which will restore 1 HP. Use these whenever you are low. If you know how to win the fight, you don't need to, but if you don't know how to win the fight, use these life hearts. They are really good for the fight. The Ruined Dragon will shoot an electric beam that splits into 3 electric saws. This isn't easy to dodge by any means, but it's not that bad either. The dragon will do this about 2 times before moving on to something else. After the first time the dragon is hit, the beam will split into 5 electric saws, which makes it a lot harder to dodge, but it's not that bad. After the second time it's hit, the beam will just keep summoning saws. 4 at a time. This is the hardest attack to dodge in the game, but it's not terrible if you know where to go. After the saw attacks, the Ruined Dragon will slam its head down, causing electric fields to summon. Jump over and move under them as they come, and this can be tricky to dodge, but it shouldn't be terrible by any means. As the Ruined Dragon gets hit, the electric fields will be more complex to dodge, and cover more ground. It becomes trickier to dodge, but always stay ready, and you should be fine. After that, the Ruined Dragon will be vulnerable for a bit. Throw your caps on the locks and hit the dragon's weak spot to do damage. When a lock is broken, sometimes a Burble will spawn. If you fail this, it saves how many locks you have taken off, but you have to repeat the pattern. After the first hit, it will have 4 normal locks, and after the second hit, it will have 6 normal locks. The boss isn't number 1 because you have a lot of opportunities to heal. The boss is tricky, but the fact you can heal at all puts it down here. For number 1, there are no opportunities to heal, there are no other enemies, it takes 3 hits to defeat, it's just you and the boss. Number 1, Bowser. Bowser will start the fight by throwing 1 hat at full health. Whenever he throws his hat, and assuming you don't capture it, he will get the hat back and only throw this one if he throws it again. After Bowser is hit once, he will throw 4 hats. The white one is real, the purple ones are fake. He will always throw the purple hat on the last throw. You'll see what I mean when I cover the attack with 9 hats. Bowser throwing 9 hats is one of the hardest attacks to dodge in the game, but eliminate the purple hats and you will be completely fine. Just do what I do and try to find a way to get a completely straight line like this. After you take control of Bowser's hat, he will jump around and stop in the arena, causing fire shockwaves as he goes. He will do this 3 times, so there are 3 fire shockwaves. This isn't hard to dodge, just make sure you know where to go. Bowser will then throw rocks and spiked balls. Destroy the rocks and dodge the spiked balls, assuming you aren't already punching Bowser. This isn't terrible to dodge by any means. When punching Bowser, he will block, causing him to swipe his tail. At full health, he will block 2 times. He'll swipe his tail once on the first block and twice on the second block. After Bowser's hit once, he will block 3 times. He swipes once on the first block, twice on the second block, and 3 times on the third block. After Bowser's hit twice, he blocks 4 times. He'll swipe his tail once on the first block, 3 times on the second block, twice on the third block, and 3 times on the fourth block. This is pretty hard to dodge, but once you get it down, you should be able to do it pretty consistently. After every time Bowser gets hit, Bowser will go to the middle of the arena and breathe fire. This is easy enough to dodge, and there will be arena fire around Bowser as well. Bowser will target you 3 times until after Bowser gets hit twice to where he targets you 5 times. It's incredibly easy to dodge, but it can trip you up due to the perception of everything. The reason why Bowser is at number 1 is because you don't have any ways to heal whatsoever. That's the only reason why he's here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm not going to be working on any boss rankings for a bit because they take way too long to make consistently without a bunch of videos in between. Hopefully, whatever I make, and after school especially since I won't have that much time, I hope you guys will like it. And I'll try to work on the best quality for you guys because you guys are the reason why I even keep this channel going in the first place. See you guys in the next one.